Welcome to the Pottery, the heart and hands-on podcast where real life gets honest, creative, and hopeful, one journal prompt at a time. I'm Tess, potter, survivor, straight-talking guide for joyful, empowered living. This isn't just a show that you listen to. This is a real interactive journey. So grab your journal or any notebook and know this. Whenever you hear this sound, it's your cue to pause, reflect, or put pen to paper. Whether you're a regular or just starting out, know you're never behind. Every episode is a new chance to get a little lighter, a little braver, and a little more you. Today, we're getting to the root of something so many of us carry: the mental load. I'm talking about the invisible to-dos, worries, planning, and emotional weight that leaves you asking, why am I so exhausted, even after saying no? We'll uncover what's running in the background, make it visible, and start lightening the weight together. Let's get ready for a real breakthrough. Grab your journal and your favorite pen, and let's get started. Are you ready? Because I sure am. Let's slow this down for a minute. No full meditation, just a deep breath. Wherever you are, do what you can to turn down the noise. Maybe close your eyes if you can. Drop your shoulders. Let's slow down for just a minute. No full meditation, just a deep breath. Wherever you are, do what you can to turn down the noise. Maybe close your eyes. Drop your shoulders. Let your to-do list fall to the floor. Just for 5 minutes. I want you to picture a quiet moment. The house is still, and you finally have a sliver of time to yourself. But your mind's not quite quiet, is it? This is the real headspace where that mental load lives. Not out in the open, but tugging at you in the background. Now, open your journal, take your pen, and listen for this sound. Here's what I want you to unload on this page. Not just the usual to-do list, but what's quietly wearing you down. I don't want you to think about it. I don't want you to respond with time enough to change answers or edit them. I want you to really think and write down the very first thing that comes to your mind. And when you're ready, let's begin. Here we go. What are the reminders you never write down, but you're always keeping track of? Like milk. When do I buy milk? Or doctor's appointments. Maybe car maintenance. Remembering the little things for family, for friends, for work. What are the reminders that you never write down? And if you need more time, please pause and take as much time as you need. Who do you find yourself mentally checking in on, worrying about, or carrying emotionally, even if you never mention it? Is it your child, your children, your partner, a specific friend, maybe a parent, or somebody at work, a team member? Write that down. If you have to think. Think about it for just a moment if you have to. But write down the first thing that comes to your mind once you've thought of it. What reoccurring chores, errands, or plans do you keep tabs on because you're the one who always remembers? And if you don't, it will never get done. This can be anything from RSVPing to birthdays, to making sure that the kids' homework is finished, that their lunch is packed, reordering the pet food or medication. All of those little tasks that are super important, but nobody else does. This might be a long list, and that's okay. Take your time. What emotional jobs do you silently take on? Things like cheering up a friend, smoothing family tension, remembering birthdays, or diplomacy at work or home. So which what ifs or anxieties drain your focus? Money, health, safety? Am I missing something? I could keep going. Worries? How about replaying conversations in your mind that you wish you could have either said differently or went differently? Future planning? Write those down. What do you secretly wish that you could let go of tracking, but feel that you must because otherwise it'll slip through the cracks? Write every single one out, especially the silly or the small ones. Those are often the heaviest, believe it or not. If you're still writing, keep going. No filter, no judgment. This is your space. When your hand slows down, look at what you wrote. You're finally seeing the invisible weight you've been carrying all day, every day. This is the mental load, the quiet force that can keep you exhausted, even on your best days. Let yourself notice how it feels to see it. Maybe it's relief. Maybe it's shock. Maybe it's a tinge of anger, and it's okay. Most of us walk around with this never-ending list in the background, and no one ever sees it but us. And you're not alone. You just took the first brave step toward putting some of it down. Now, I want you to pause and look at the list in front of you. The truth is, the cost of this invisible work isn't just a little tiredness or a chore here and there. It's a steady drip that wears you out in ways you might not even realize. You might find yourself forgetting things, losing track of conversations, feeling snappier, foggier, or just flat out done. Even when you haven't actually accomplished much that others would see, the mental load can make it feel like you're failing at everything, when really you're just overloaded. It's not a problem of you not being organized or tough enough. The reality is, many of us carry way too much for way too long. And no one's even keeping score, let alone offering a helping hand. Jot this down. Where do you feel the mental load show up first? Is it your energy, your mood, your sleep, or do your muscles hurt? Is it a knot in your stomach, a cloud in your mind, or is it emotional? Do you feel resentment, guilt, sadness, or even anxiety? Whatever one fits, write it down. And if it's not one I mentioned, write it down, whatever it is. And remember, this is for you. Whatever you're feeling is A-okay. What's something the mental load has taken from you, big or small, in the last week or two? What is something that the mental load has taken from you in the last week or two? Big or small? Is it missed personal time? Letting go of a joy that you had? Maybe snapping at somebody you love, or just being too drained to care about your own needs. I don't want you to overthink it. Let your answers be messy, imperfect, but make sure they're honest. Take your time. If you need to press pause for longer time, please do so. Now take a breath. Take a nice, deep, calming breath. Let it all out. The things that you wrote down, they add up. And you're not imagining the weight. Today, you're allowed to acknowledge it. This is the moment you stop telling yourself, I should be able to do everything, and admit that you're carrying more than most people will ever see. And now, we get to talk about what actually helps. Are you ready? I know I am. Let's really get to the heart of it. If you know me, you know I'm a perfectionist through and through. And for a long time, if I said I'll do it myself, I got it done right or it didn't get done at all. Now that mindset drove me to learn everything I could. How to record, how to edit, how to design, write, and run a business. Even make this podcast and the journal that you're holding, if you purchased it. And honestly, it worked until it didn't. When I started this podcast, I wanted every detail to be perfect. Because this message, this journal, it is a big deal to me. Not just for me, but for you. It needed to be personal, powerful, and true. I was holding so much and doing everything with my own two hands. And honestly, there was pride in that. There still is pride in that. But then came the reality. After multiple sclerosis and after really looking at my mission, I realized that being a one-woman band was not sustainable. I had to face the fact that if I tried to do it all myself, this project would take forever, or it might not ever launch. So what I had to do was map out everything that absolutely needed my fingerprints. Then I spelled it out as clearly as I could, everything else that could be done by someone I trusted. Now, here's where I get emotional. For the first time, I truly handed off something enormous, a critical part of this project, to one of my go-to people. And I definitely did not do it lightly. I also didn't do it out of pity or just because. It was out of deep trust, respect, and knowing that sometimes the most loving thing that we can do as a mother, as a partner, a leader, or as a friend is to say, hey, you know what? I trust you with something so precious, so important, and I want her to know that I am so grateful for her stepping up and doing the work, loving me and this mission enough to care as much as I do. So thank you. Honestly, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Now, let me pull back my emotion a little bit here, because I want you to feel what that's like. There are always things in life where you're the only one who truly gets it. The expert, the cornerstone, the lighthouse for everyone else. But if you take yourself off the table, like for real, if you were suddenly unavailable, who could step in? Who is your go-to? If you had to hand off even a piece of your mental load, who could you trust? And how could you spell it out so it's actually doable? Let's make this more than hypothetical. Let's make this possible and maybe even a little life-changing. Jot this down. Now, I want you to take yourself out of the equation for a moment. Take yourself off the table. If you weren't available, who could take over each of your main tabs or mental jobs? Which things, honestly, no one else can do but you? Those go in the keep pile. No perfectionist excuses here. Just genuine necessity. Absolutely nobody else can do but you. Take the perfectionism out of it. Okay? Remember, this is hypothetical. Doesn't have to come to fruition. We're just doing an exercise. It's okay to write down your truth. Then, for everything else, whose name can you write down? Is it a partner? A friend? Child? Coworker? Or even someone hired in for each item? Not as a burden, but as teamwork. If someone can't take it right now, That's okay, but ask yourself what's possible if you let them try. What would you need to feel comfortable handing it off? Clear instructions? A call? A new system? And most importantly, if you don't see anyone for a particular thing, could you let that tab go? Maybe it doesn't have to be held anymore. I want you to take a moment and write as honestly as you can. Let yourself feel both the anxiety and the freedom. This is about options, not shame. And here's something I say all the time. When you're out of options, don't pick the crappy one just because you think you have no choice. Take it off the table. If you were off the table, what would happen then? Let yourself find possibilities you never thought you'd see. As you look at your page, I want you to give yourself gratitude for even considering another way. And if you have a go-to, thank them and thank yourself for trusting. You don't have to white knuckle it through life, and you don't have to wear yourself thin to prove anything. The best kind of progress, like this journal, this podcast, the whole journey, happens when you're willing to do the work, but also willing to trust. Sometimes letting go is the bravest, wisest thing we can do. Let's keep building on that and see how lighter your tomorrow can get. Look at what you just wrote, or just sit back and hold that feeling for a minute. Letting go, even hypothetically, can bring up anxiety, resistance, maybe even a little hope or relief. It's normal to feel a mix, maybe a gasp of freedom, maybe just a thought of, can I actually do that? Here's the truth. Lightening up your mental load doesn't happen overnight, but it does start with one real shift. Today isn't about delegating everything, but about choosing just one thing, one micro load, one mental post-it, one background worry or planner detail that you'll either hand off, drop, automate, or release just for this week. Write this down. What's one mental tab or invisible job that you're willing to let go of this week? It could be letting someone else plan dinner, delegate a reminder that stresses you out, saying, I trust you, instead of, let me double check. Who are you giving it to? Or how are you removing it from your brain? Name them. Write the step, or describe letting it go unnoticed. What tiny thing could you do instead with the space this creates? Rest, play, call a friend, try an old hobby, or maybe try this one on for size. Do absolutely nothing. Remember, lightening your load is not about unloading everything at once. It's about testing your own strength and your willingness to feel a little lighter for real. The magic comes not from thinking, from doing even one small thing differently. So write your commitment for this week and decide right now that you deserve this space, this energy, this relief right now. Next up, I'll celebrate your steps and close today's episode with a check-in to keep you moving forward. You really are making change happen, one action at a time. Let's do something together, because this moment is about pulling everything we've learned into the body and leaving a little bit of weight behind. If you are in a safe place, I want you to let your hands and shoulders relax for just a second. Take a deep, slow breath. Really fill up your chest and let it out nice and heavy. Now, if you're able to do so safely, I want you to close your eyes, and in your mind's eye, I want you to picture yourself standing barefoot in a nice, shallow, gentle, flowing stream of water or river or a creek. There's a light current. The water's cold, but you're welcoming it. It feels good. Hear the water. Feel the coldness between your toes. You feel the rocks. You feel the coldness on your legs. You look down and you notice that you're holding rocks. Some of them are small, some are big. At first, they feel grounding. You can handle it. But you keep looking. And you realize these aren't just stones. Each one is a responsibility from your life. The ones that you named in our very first episode. The invisible tasks and shoulds that you scratched onto the page and you've dragged around for years. Some rocks are fine, but some are weighing down your arms or balancing on your shoulders. But you manage. As you stand in the flowing water, I want you to notice what happens. Every time a new obligation or can't say no situation from our second episode appears, as it tugs at you like a gentle but persistent pull on your sleeve, on your back, on your heart. As you're holding these rocks and you're trying to keep your balance, but they're weighing you down. And now you're being pulled in every direction. From work, family, your health, old habits. These rocks, they get heavier. They get bigger. Your muscles start to tense up. Your breath gets shorter. And then, as your energy lowers and your health starts to wobble, sticky notes appear. Those little tabs from today's episode are pinned on your arms, your chest, your back. Reminders, worries, all the mental noise that never lets up. Now I want you to take a look at the water. That water is moving. The beautiful flow of that water, so free. As the sun is shining on it, it's sparkling. On the riverbanks, you can see the faces of the people that you love. They're standing there, smiling at you with their arms outreached. You want nothing more than to reach them. Wade freely and join them and the joy of the water. But you're anchored by all of this weight. In this moment, I want you to give yourself permission. Just one by one. Start letting those sticky notes fall. I want you to feel them dissolve as they drift into the current. Peel them off, the ones that don't serve you, the old worries, the tasks that aren't even yours, obligations that maybe you've outgrown. And as the current carries them away, I want you to notice something. Relief. Your arms feel lighter, your hands more free, and now you're ready. One by one, release the rocks too. Some just roll easily, and others take real courage. But with each one gone, your feet feel lighter. The water lifts you. Your body stands taller. As you get lighter, the pull on your body eases. The tension leaves your shoulders. Your breath goes deeper. Feel the joy and relief. I mean, feel it. Really feel it. You're still you. And you're surrounded by the ones that you love. And this time, you can move to them, hug them, play and dance, and live freely in that river with them because you've chosen. You have chosen what to put down. I want you to take a deep breath and let your body really own that feeling. This is what happens when you honor your boundaries, when you give yourself a moment of compassion and lighten the load. This is why you do the hard work. Now, jot this down or whisper it to yourself. What did you let go of? How does your body feel different? Even if just in your imagination. Who are you able to move toward? Now that you gave yourself permission to get lighter. Now stay here for as long as you need. Let the river take the rest. Continue for as long as you want. Say this with me. I give myself permission to get lighter because I am enough. Take this with you. Now let's look at what happens as you move forward. All right, take a deep breath and give yourself a quiet moment of celebration. You just did some serious inner work, and that's worth honoring. Most people never take the time to see what's truly weighing them down, let alone imagine a life with less of it. You're doing both. And that's the first real step towards change. How do you feel right now, compared to when you started this episode? Is there a new sense of lightness, a bit of hope, or maybe just relief in knowing that you're not alone? This is your invitation right now to notice what space you've created for yourself. Every rock, every sticky note, every worry that you put down makes room for something better. Let's write this down. With every one small mental weight lifted, what feels possible or inviting right now? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's creating or connecting. Laughter. Or just breathing easier. What's one yes you would love to give yourself this week? Try thinking back to maybe something you wanted to do back on episode 1. Is there something you could do? Or maybe give yourself some love. Don't overthink it. I want you to let your heart answer first. You don't have to fill in the space all at once. Sometimes it's just a moment of peace, a glimmer of possibility, or a small reach for more joy. You're allowed to rest, reset, or do absolutely nothing. Whatever fills you up. In our last moments, I'll bring everything together, celebrate your progress, and tee up what's coming next. We're building a journey, and you're shaping every step. Okay, let's take a second to appreciate what you just did today. It doesn't matter if you wrote a little, a lot, or just sat with your thoughts. Every bit of awareness that you brought to your mental load is progress. Sometimes simply naming those invisible weights is the bravest step you'll take all week. Even if you only had time for a small pause, remember, every single line you recognize, set down, or let float away creates a little more space for the real you, the lighter you, and the more joyful you. The you your family loves, adores, and needs. Not just your family, but you. The you that you need. So here's my challenge for you. As you move through the days ahead, I want you to notice how it feels to have set even one small weight aside. And be gentle with yourself. give yourself credit for any bit of lightness. And keep listening for those moments when you're tempted to pick that burden right back up. Because if you do, no shame, just take another breath and give yourself permission to get lighter and keep moving forward. And remember, next week is a big one. Our monthly field trip episode is coming up next. We'll get out of the studio, flip some labels, share some real-world discoveries, and have a little bit of fun with the things that we just accept in life. Bring your journal if you can, or just bring your curiosity. You won't want to miss the special adventure. If you ever want more of this work between episodes, you can always find bonus mantras and encouragement on my YouTube channel. Just search for Mantra Mud. That's with 2 Ds. The extra support is always there for you. But our work here together is where the real change happens. So be sure to check back each week. Today, you showed up for yourself and named all of the invisible things that never get enough credit. You looked at the hidden mental load you've been quietly carrying for probably many years, and you took real, honest steps to set a little bit of it down. If you made even one tiny shift, or just became aware of what's been draining your energy, that matters. If you only reflected, that matters too. Progress isn't always feel big, and it almost never looks perfect. It's built one lightened load, one brave I can set this down at a time. If you'd like more resources, support, or companion for your journaling, head over to www.mantramud.com or reach out at any time at the Pottery at mantramud.com. Again, both of them have 2 Ds in it. And don't forget to check out any of our extra mantras and meditation at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/mantramud. They're bonus support, not a replacement, for our honest hard work here, but always welcome between episodes. Every single step you take toward a lighter mind, a stronger spirit, and a more joyful life is a victory. You're not meant to carry it all forever. Give yourself permission to get lighter, because you are enough. Until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and take care of yourself. Mensana incorporea sana. Healthy mind in a healthy body. Keep journaling, and I'll see you next week for our field trip. Don't forget, right here on the Pottery.